In foots, in fact, what we are learning is that the Lok Sabha Speaker has called for another meeting at 3 p.m. to discuss the deadlock with opposition members as well. This is what we are learning. This will be a second meeting, remember, as Om Birla reached out to the opposition members only to ask them what is it that they exactly want. This during that 1 hour adjournment that had taken place in Lok Sabha after there was a huge ruckus when the opposition could be heard chanting slogans of Charcha Karo, S.I.R pe Charcha Karo. And amid that ruckus, that's when the Lok Sabha Speaker, Mr. Om Birla, in fact, adjourned the Lok Sabha yesterday itself on day one when the winter session had commenced. Remember, we saw that there was an adjournment soon post noon. Let's quickly go across to Payal, who brings us those inputs. Payal, what are you learning of the first meeting that happened, and why is there a need for a second meeting at the moment? All right, Karim, I'm so sorry to interrupt you there.
आज मैं फिर से करना चाहता हूँ। देश में कई मुद्दे हैं, किसी भी मुद्दे को हम छोटा नहीं मानते, लेकिन संसद नियम से तरीके से चलते हैं। एक मुद्दे को लेकर के बाकी मुद्दों को आप दबा नहीं सकते। इसलिए इस सदन में कई पार्टी से छोटे-छोटे पार्टी के सदस्य भी हैं। एक पार्टी के एक सदस्य का भी यहाँ मेंबर है। सबका बात सुनना चाहिए। 2-4 पार्टी मिलकर के संसद को आप ठप करेंगे, ये बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं है। चुनाव में हार जीत होता है। सभापति महोदय, ये लोकतंत्र है, हार जीत होता है। मैं भी चुनाव में हारा हूँ। अटल जी भी पहले चुनाव हारे थे, लेकिन हारने से बौखलाहट होकर के गुस्सा आप यहाँ पार्लियामेंट में आप पूरा निकालेंगे, ये तो ठीक नहीं है। यहाँ देश के मुद्दों को लेकर के चर्चा करने के लिए हम सब आए हैं। मैं फिर से कहना चाहता हूँ, आप ऐसे हरकतें करने की वजह से जनता का विश्वास आप खोते जा रहे हैं। मैं आश्वासन देता हूँ, चाहे इलेक्शन का रिफॉर्म्स हो, कोई भी मुद्दे हैं, हम पीछे नहीं हटेंगे। देश का कोई भी मुद्दा हम चर्चा के लिए तैयार है। हमने कुछ प्रमुख अपोजिशन लीडर्स को बुलाया है। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि ये अभी तक जो हंगामा किया है वो ठीक नहीं है, आगे और ना करें, इसका मैं अपील करता हूं। और मैं अपोजिशन के लीडर से बात करने के लिए पेशकश किया हुआ है और वो आने वाले भी है। हम बात करके कोई रास्ता हम निकल करके सबका बात हम सुनेंगे, आपका भी बात हम सुनेंगे, सरकार का भी आप सुनना है। लेकिन यहाँ नारेबाजी लगा करके जो आप लोगों ने दृश्य पेशकश किया है, ये ठीक नहीं है। इसलिए मैं आपसे अनुरोध करता हूँ कि आप संसद का गरिमा को बनाए रखें और चर्चा के लिए हम लोग तैयार हो जाइए।
I request all you to go and sit on the respective chairs. Please go back to your seats. The House stands adjourned to meet again at 2 p.m.
All right. The Lok Sabha adjourned a second time on day 2 of the winter session of the Parliament. As you just heard, in the chair is PC Mohan, who just announced that the Lok Sabha has been adjourned till 2 p.m. This is the second adjournment which has taken place. Let's quickly go across to Payal. So, Payal, we heard Kiran Rijiju is echoing the same sentiment that was already voiced by Prime Minister yesterday.
Yes, Rijiju has been telling the opposition leaders that they cannot hold the House to ransom. Business has to be transacted, the demands have to be made, but the demands have to be reasonable as well. And therefore, like we were mentioning earlier, Akansha, that 3 p.m. is when the House has been, 2 p.m. when the House has been asked to be reconvened. And 3 o'clock is when Lok Sabha Speaker Mr. Birla has called for a meeting again, calling all the opposition leaders to actually come in together and deliberate upon this, saying that there are multiple issues that have to be taken up by the public, of the public interest, which have to be taken up on priority. But just to update our viewers, there is a meeting that is being called by Kiran Rijiju, remember, who enjoys an excellent rapport with all the leaders across the platform. In his chambers right now, just as we speak, there are multiple leaders from the opposition, whether it's Tiruchi Siva and T.R. Balu from DMK, Derek O'Brien from the TMC, Dharmendra Yadav from the Congress, from the Samajwadi Party, Gaurav Gogoi and Jairam Ramesh from the Congress Party. They are all in his room waiting to have a meeting and waiting to see if they can actually come to any sort of understanding to make sure that the House is allowed to function. All stops are being pulled by the government to make sure that the House functions smoothly. So therefore, this meeting being held by Mr. Rijiju is going to be of great importance.
Absolutely. Let me take that forward.